How do? Right then. Today's episode of Let's Make an RBjr. Let's sort the neck out. We've gone through, we carved it in the last one. That's looking nice. We popped the grain, sanded it again. There's a few little pigtail swirlies we've got to get out, so just some fine sanding by hand. And that's all going to be good. The neck's flat, it's radiused, but it's radiused off of I've got a slidey router jig that puts the radius on, because doing it by hand is just fucking slow and tedious. I haven't got time for that. So I've just got to sand out the little notches that's in that, make that nice. So we'll start with that. We're going to put some side dots in it. We're going to use some Lumine side markers so you can see it if you take it out and play live, which is handy because every time the lights went off when I played out, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Many a terrible mistake was made because the stage suddenly went dark. We shall put some threaded inserts in there as well. Put some frets in it. Let's see if we can also... How ready is the body? Hang on. Right, here's the body. That's all good. Oh, we need to put some more black CA in there. I haven't done that. Right, let's put some black CA in there. This needs a couple another sandings up through some grits. Just thinking out loud. Yeah, this still needs a lot of sanding. But let's have a look, see if we can get some oil on everything. Which would be nice, wouldn't it? Start seeing some things finished. All coming together. It's not finished. But yeah, we're getting there. Right, let's stop waffling. Let's flip you around, start doing some stuff. Right, I thought I'd give you a close-up little flyovery type thing, because, you know, I'm a gimbal wanker now. Mark yourself out a centre line down the neck, or down the fingerboard, yeah, half a distance of the board. That's simple enough. Either eyeball it or get yourself a handy-dandy centre ruler. Mark your fret numbers. And I cannot stress enough, triple check that. Ask me how I know. Because then you get to learn how to do little finish touch-ups and cover up your fuck-ups. So double, triple check. Turn around, you wanker. There we go. Mark everything out. Then with your centre ruler, there we go. Just work out where your centre point is of each one. Mark them, stab them with a bradawl, and then we're going to stick some of that 3mm Lumine stuff in there, so you can see it at the night time. Well, on stage. Right, let's draw some holes. Right. Busy day today. We've done a lot. Been in and out of the workshop. We've been all over the place. All over the place. But we are most of the way there with the neck. Carve you already seen. Got the threaded inserts in it. We've drilled the holes in the body as well. Frets are in, side markers are in, and the nut is in. If I'm making them for myself, well, I'm not making them for someone. I'll tend to throw a dash of colour on there with some corian. If you look back at all the other bits and pieces I've done, there's generally a bit of colour on there. But yeah, let's finish this off. Well, finish today off. We haven't done the fret work yet. We've just rounded the edges just to sort of see where we are. We'll give it a fret level, final polish and all that sort of stuff. Probably in the next one after we've built up all the oil and wax on it and stuff like that. So we're not going to dirty the neck up at all. But yeah, let's see this. Ooh. Look at that. This is the bit I really love. Like in a nerdy way, you can really start to see it like come to life. I know that sounds all like hippie and bullshit, doesn't it? But like the first coat of oil, you can really see your oil. It also shows all your flaws. So if you haven't sanded it properly, you're going to have to go back and sand it again. But sort of shows all your hard work was worth it. It's starting to come together and look like something. This bit of sapele looks quite cool. It's even got a little bit of figuring through it, which is nice. That's cool. I like it. I like it. Now, the trick with... Apparently I can't use a kitchen towel. Trick with oil finishes is to put on thin coats. Even with like that gunstock oil and all that sort of stuff, thin coats. If you put on a really thick, heavy coat, you can feel it. It feels sticky. Like it feels shit, looks shit. You know, just all you got to do: 3-4 thin coats of oil, 3-4 thin coats of wax. You can keep going with the wax till you reach your desired feel. But there we go. You basically put it on and buff it straight back off. But trust Simon, that will give you a nice smooth finish. And in between each coat, just very lightly knock it back with either 4/0 steel wool. I tend not to use that because it just goes fucking everywhere. Just get yourself some of them white Scotch-Brite pads. You can buy it in a sheet. Just cut yourself off a little square and just use a bit of that. It's the equivalent of 4/0 steel wool without all the metal filings going everywhere, which end up everywhere, and they can be bad for pickups and stuff like that if you get anywhere near a pickup. Cool, right. Side markers all in. Cool red nut, because I'm a child. 81 disc. And the threaded inserts. Cool. Right, well, I'll spare you the sticking another 8 coats of product on it. I'll do them off camera, and we'll move on to the body. Right then, are you ready to have your tits blown off with this? Here we go. That little clip that you've just seen, about 30 seconds of sanding, it was a good couple of hours worth. But sticking the first coat of oil on makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Look at that. Oof, that's cool, isn't it? Look at that. We're happy with that. We're happy with that. Look at that, we've got some cool flaming around the sides, cool bell, some cool sporting. Yes, well happy with that. Done the truss rod cover as well, with the model and the number. Right, let's stick some oil on the back. You probably don't need to see that because it was very similar to sticking oil on that. Do you want to see it, dear? Okay, stop whinging. Hang on, give me a second. Ooh. Oh, that's looking nice, isn't it? Oh. Hours of meticulous sanding coming to life. If anyone ever builds their own guitar, the sanding is the bit that you really... I mean, there's a lot you need to pay attention to, but the sanding is the is the bit that will separate it from being a shitty DIY build and a good custom guitar. In my humble opinion, your results may vary. That's cool, we like that. We're not mad at this. This will all get coppered anyway, but we just want to make sure it's done inside, just in case you see any tiny wee little lip or anything. Same for the little doodads up there, ferrule holes. Make sure they've got some in as well, but you don't want to go nuts because they are a tight fit for the ferrule. If you leave a build up of wax in there, they or oil, they won't fit back in. And the last thing you want to be doing is having to drill holes and stuff. Nice. We're happy with that. We are happy with that. Right, done. Safety top tip. Once you've got your oily rags and all that stuff, soak them. If you're going to throw them away, well, you are going to throw them away, but wrap them in your glove. Can cause a fire if they get hot. You don't want to set fire to your workshop, do you? Because that would suck. But look at this. That'll do, pig. That looks nice, doesn't it? That's cool. There's a couple of little bits in there and a little bit in there. I'm just going to let it dry and give it another quick little sand. Nothing major, probably just like some 600, but I can see some cross grain scratches and we want to get them out. Building a custom guitar, it's got to look good. We're going to ask money for it, so it's got to be good. But we're done. Thanks for watching. I won't bore you with constantly oiling this because it'll have another coat of black just where I've done all the sanding and bits and pieces just to double check they're all done. It'll have 3 coats of clear going on it and then 3 coats of wax going on it, which is pretty much going to be more of the same in it. Probably quite boring. Next one, we'll be drilling some holes through it, which I probably should have done already. Putting it together, doing the fretwork, and it'll be a working guitar. That'll be cool. Right, on to the next one.